Hi there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Alderon and I are here today to talk to you about a couple graphic novels that we're really excited about. We just recently read them. We didn't really know a lot about them beforehand, but we kind of just got them on a whim and they really just sucked us in and they were super cool. And I wanted to talk about both of them today because they both, even though the stories are very different, they both are science fiction. So I thought that would be a cool thing to talk about is a couple science fiction graphic novels. They're both fairly new, just recently came out. So if you're looking for some great graphic novels, maybe you're a fan of science fiction, maybe you're not, but you just want to, try something new and you love graphic novels, these are absolutely amazing, particularly this first one. Okay, so this first one is called Cosmoknights. Oh man, this book is so cool. So I just love the title of this. I love the cover. It's just looks like this ragtag bunch of young people, right, who are trying to save the world, and that's basically what it is. So the first thing I want to talk about is the artwork for it because it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, this is science fiction. It takes place on a bunch of different worlds. And there are giant mech suits in it, which is not something that you see a whole lot in graphic novels, but I love it when, or even in books rather, but I love it when it does happen. So what is this story about? So Cosmoknights is basically this really interesting, unique concept where there's this competition throughout the galaxy where these giant mechanical, like these mech soldiers, right, they fight. And the reason why they're fighting, I just wanted to try to find a good like picture of one here. The reason why they're fighting is because they're all in this competition, basically. So this competition is these men usually will fight at these jousting competitions with these mech suits, and they are competing for whoever wins gets to marry the royal princess of whatever, planet or city or whatever that they're in. Now, the reason they do that is because they don't want to be with this princess. They don't love this princess. They don't even know her, basically. But it's basically to get all the wealth and power that comes with marrying into a royal family. So it's kind of just this really sleazy, like, competition that everybody really watches. All the people in the cities, it's televised, right? Everybody bets on the different suits, the mech soldiers, who's going to win. And it's just kind of this really gross, like, super patriarchal system, right? Well, the story starts with our main character Pan, who is best friends with this girl named Tess, who is the princess on their planet. So she actually helps Tess escape, run away, because Tess doesn't want anything to do with this. She doesn't want to give up her family and her life marrying this person who doesn't care about her. So she gets Pan out of there. She gets Tess out of there, rather. So Tess escapes. She doesn't hear from her again. But then a few years later, Pan encounters these two fighters, Cass and B, who are a really great team fighting in this competition. But secretly, once they get the princesses, they then let them go. They give them money to have their own financial independence. They let them go live their own lives, and none the wiser. So they're actually like liberating these princesses, which is really cool. And Pan is like, you know what? Yes, I want in on this. I want, whatever I can do to help. I need to be a part of this process. And Cass and B like are not really down with that because she's kind of this, this young girl who wants to help, and they're these hardened, fighters, but they eventually do accept her help, and there's all these dangers and shenanigans, and it's just a really cool, interesting story. I don't know that I've read anything like it before. I really enjoyed it, though. If you're looking for a really fun, exciting, very unique graphic novel story, Cosmoknights. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the next one I want to talk about is, again, another science fiction graphic novel, right? So this is by Chelsey Furedi, and this is called Project Nought. Now, this one is a little bit thicker. Cosmoknights was, even though it's a lot, taller, it's not that long of a story. It is volume 1, I do want to say, of Cosmoknights. There is a second one coming out soon. It's already been ordered for the library, so if you do read the first one and you love it, the second one is coming. Project Nought, this is a standalone graphic novel, and like I said, it is a little bit thicker, but this is a really awesome story, and really fun, and has to do with time travel. So if you're a big fan of science fiction and time travel, this book is absolutely phenomenal. So it takes place it starts in the 90s, right? So the main character's name is Ren. He doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. He's kind of unsure about everything. The only thing he does know is that he has a really good friend that's a pen pal that he wants to eventually meet. So he's got this really good friend that's a pen pal, but he's not really sure what he wants to do with his life. He doesn't really have a lot of hobbies or interests. He doesn't know where he wants to go to college. He doesn't know what he wants to do, his career to be. He just feels kind of lost, right? While he's on the way to meet his friend, his pen pal, for the first time, he suddenly wakes up and finds that he is now in the future, the year 2133, I believe, 2122. And he finds that he is in the future, and he has been selected, he has been plucked out of his time and brought to the future to be part of this like exchange student program. But instead of like a foreign exchange program where kids go to different countries and learn about their cultures, kids come from the past to the future for everybody to learn about stuff that happened in the past. So he is from the 90s. He wants to learn, like, everybody wants to know about, you know, like pop culture in the 90s and technology in the 90s and things like that, while he also will learn about stuff that's happening in the future. But before they send him back in this program, they will wipe his mind, so he will not remember any of it. So it's this really interesting program that this really big, you know, multinational, really rich company, tech company has come up with. But Ren is now trying to adjust to being in the year 2122. He's not been ever really good at making friends. He's kind of an introvert, kind of shy. The only friend he's really had before was this friend that was a pen pal. So now he's like amidst all these young teens who want to talk to him and be his friend and learn about him and his time period, and he's a little bit overwhelmed by all of that. But as they're going along, they find out that this company that is running this program there might be some nefarious undertones going on. So Ren and then, you know, his friends that he has made while he's there have to try to uncover what is going on. So this book is really fun. It's really interesting. The art is very good. Like, it's really pretty to look at. I enjoyed it a lot. Facial expressions were really good. And the story was just really cool. It was like this sci-fi mystery thriller. And it was a really involved story, which is probably why it's a little bit longer. So if you like great mysteries, if you like thrillers, if you like science fiction stories, give this one a shot, because I think you will really, really like it a lot. Project Nought. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this sounds really, really awesome and exciting, and that you're super excited to read either of them, or both of them maybe. And if so, please feel free to come check them out from Farmington Community Library. And thank you so, so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.